celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Friday, June 28, 2019, and here are some of today's trends in the news. On the market front, over there in Asia, it's down. Over there in Europe, it's up. Here in the States, it's up. Oil down, gold down a little bit, but Bitcoin, boom, bounced back up. It's up to $1,220, up over 9%. That's right. What happened in the markets? Stocks rise to close out Dow's biggest June gain since 1938. S&P 500's best first half of year in 2 decades. And you know why? Well, President Trump is meeting with President Xi, and they're going to talk about trade wars and tariffs. And you know what that is?
Warning, warning, bullshit alert.
Total bullshit. They've been shoving down our throat. Down the markets, they're sensitive to trade. They keep hitting new highs. They've been putting out this bullshit for 5 years. You know why the markets are going up? Boys and girls and children of all ages? Monetary methadone shot into the bull since the panic of '08. Quantitative easing, negative zero interest rate policy, and now banks around the world pushing in more monetary methadone. End of story. That's all it is that's keeping it going, and it's all going to the 1%. So, gold. You know why gold gained? Well, actually went down a little bit, but this is what CNBC wrote. Gold prices edged up on Friday on doubts that the highly anticipated meeting between the United States and China would ease trade tensions. That shows you what bullshit they put out. First, they're telling you the markets went up because trade tensions are easing, and then they're saying, well, going down a little bit because trade tensions are... All right? It's total bullshit. Gold is going up because all of the cheap money in the world, fiat currencies, backed by nothing and printed on nothing, and that's why you're seeing cryptocurrencies going up. Because people are getting out of their fiat crap and looking for alternatives, and there is no greater safe haven asset than gold. And you know we hit this one right on the money on June 6th when gold was at $1,332 an ounce. We said, get ready for the gold bull run, and now gold closed out today at $1,408. So, where's the bottom? Where's the top? We'll let you know soon. But the top is going to happen when gold breaks past 1,450. Oil prices fell. And again, they didn't fall much at all. They're down just a little bit. You're looking at Russia's talking about cutting back on production. United States productions are 12 million barrels a day. And it depends on what tensions heat up in the Middle East. And the reason oil is soft is because the global economy is soft. As I said, all the dough's flowing into the bigs. Hospital deal to create Midwestern giant. Isn't that great? Don't you want to go to a Midwestern giant when you're sick? Yeah, they can really screw you because those giants, they got all it takes to really shove it to you. You could thank the Clintons for this. They're the ones that started it. 2 major Midwestern hospital systems plan to merge, creating another regional giant as the nation's $1 trillion hospital sector continues to consolidate. Isn't that wonderful? The bigs keep getting bigger, and we keep getting poorer. The 1% keeps getting fatter, and all we are, and when you're working for these giants, nothing more than plantation workers on the multinational plantation of Slavelandia. Buyout groups hold $2 trillion war chest. War chest, isn't that a nice name? Yeah. Gamblers. Addicted gamblers who can never get enough money, who can never own enough. It's a war chest, all right. It's a war against we the little people. Harvard, Princeton, Yale, bullets, banks, and bombs. The rest is nothing more than...
That was bullshit.
You got it. Bullshit. What do we got here? Private equity deal making has soared to its highest level since the lead up to the global financial crisis. And there is no end in sight to the buyout boom as companies chase investment opportunities. Investment opportunities, buyout boom. That's the propaganda bullshit that they keep shoving down our throat as the monopolies get bigger and they take more and we all get less. Dollar bears struggle to find wider conviction for bets on weakness. The greenback's resilience is defying forecasts that has left many weary over placing big positions. The dollar's strong because the other economies are so weak. End of story. Are you going to go into the euro? Oh, you like those negative interest rates. No, maybe, the Chinese with their $40 trillion worth of debt and lowering reserve ratio requirements so banks could pump out more dough. No, maybe you want to go to Turkey. How about Argentina? What about Venezuela? I say Congo. No, Algeria is good for me. It's a slowdown around the world. The dollar's up because the other ones are down. And what else do we have here? Tell you those American lawmakers, what a bunch of bullshit lawmakers. A bunch of slimy sons of bitches and daughters of bastards, because we got to be equal. The same people you hated in high school and college that wanted to be class president and head of the student council. That's your politicians, lawmakers, jerk-offs. Oh, I got to be proper, wankers. New law extends Agent Orange benefits. Washington. A new measure fast-tracking benefits for thousands of Vietnam-era veterans who are likely exposed to Agent Orange was signed into law, but a vocal group says it could leave thousands without assistance. All right, they just put this law in. Agent Orange. They destroyed Vietnam with it. They killed over 3 million people, poisoned the place with it, and our soldiers, young guys. I was of that age. I avoided the draft. I make it very clear I was a draft dodger. I did anything I could to get out. Not because I was smart enough to be against the war. I was stupid. I believed in it. I just couldn't imagine me in a foreign country getting shot at, walking through rice paddies and holding a gun over my head. To make it clear, as I grew older and wiser, I learned what lying bastards and bitches they are when they told you about the Gulf of Tonkin incident that never happened. Hey, just like that, the Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction. And you know them Iranians, man, they've been blowing up them ships in the Persian Gulf. We're not going to show you evidence because we're a bunch of crazy people and we don't have to. Going back to this, all the lives that they destroyed. And now these people are my age. They're in their 70s, late 60s. And they're finally getting money for it because they're sick, they're getting health care, and they're keeping other people out of it. With some 90,000 veterans could be eligible for benefits under the measure. They say that they excluded thousands of others who served just beyond the line of demarcation. So they drew a line. If you were over here in Vietnam, we Agent Orange that more than we did over there, so you don't get any money, any benefits. Disgusting. I say more wars. Can't win any, but we can kill plenty. Speaking of which, additional U.S. fighter planes sent to Gulf amid Iran tensions. Isn't that great? Yeah. Who ordered these? General Frank McKenzie. General shit. General jerk. Hey, General. Hey, General. Haven't won a war since World War II. General. General jerk. Haven't won a war. You know why Trump didn't go into Iran and bomb away? Because Iran would have retaliated and slaughtered those Americans in the Gulf of Hormuz. Here we go. Nearly a dozen Air Force F-22 stealth fighters have been deployed to the Persian Gulf, state of Qatar, part of a force buildup requested by U.S. Central Command in response to what it called heightened Iranian threats against American forces in the region. What the hell are you doing over there? Stay home, General Jerk. No foreign entanglements. Washington said that. George Washington. You ever hear of him? Oh, yeah, you know, Washington crossing the Delaware. Yeah, that Washington. Farewell address. You ready for this? The Central Command said on Friday today, the F-22 Raptors arrived this week to, quote, defend American forces and interests. Oh, you know your interests there, don't you? Oh, yes. It couldn't be the oil interest. No, it's broccoli crops they're protecting. Oh, and our allies, like those wonderful Saudis, the democracy of Saudi Arabia. How many people did they behead this week? Oh, and the Me Too movement, they just love the way the Saudis treat the women. Yep. What crap this is. And to show you what crap and the jerks and sick people that are our politicians, the repulsive-kins and Democrats in the United States, 41 Republicans vote against Iran amendment, effectively blocking bill. Yep. They voted Friday morning today to block a largely Democratic-backed amendment that would require President Donald Trump to get congressional approval before striking Iran militarily. This is against the Constitution, and the Democrats have been supporting El Presidente of Los Estados Unidos to start a war anytime, anywhere, any place they want to with the bullshit laws that they pass. Only Congress has the right to vote whether or not to go to war. But those days are gone because they have not done that since World War II. So the Democrats are just putting up a little front over here because they love their Obama when he went into Libya. Love his drone strikes, quote, really good at killing people in the book Double Down. Oh, and they love that Assad has to go. Yeah. One sick person after another running and ruining a nation near you. And what else? And speaking about Obama, the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize winner, today we celebrate the 10th year since the U.S.-backed coup in Honduras. And Hillary Clinton loved that one too. Yep. Formal reservation. Yep, there's right here. It was soon revealed that top U.S. officials had been discussions with the military commanders and right-wing politicians who organized the coup before they overthrew the democratically elected government. And this is according to the World Socialist website. Much of the same U.S. personnel involved in the 2002 coup against Chavez in Venezuela under George W. Bush were involved in the 2009 coup against Zelaya in Honduras under Barack Obama. Biden and Sanders battle over economy during a ruckus forum. They had another presidential reality show debate. Debate, save it. You got 1 minute to answer the question and 30 seconds for a response. What debate? It's a jerk-off show. And that's all they were doing, jerking off in public, interrupting each other with nothing meaningless sound bites. Memorized sound bites that are nothing more than
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
And this is a toilet paper record. Indeed, if Wednesday night's debate was mainly a disputation over policy, a tug of war over whether Democrats should be demanding single-payer health care or a more incremental compromise, the debate on Thursday featured candidates with a more targeted focus on defeating Mr. Trump. Not one peep about war. None of these little slimers talking about the wars. Nothing about Iran, nothing about Syria. I love Afghanistan. Let's stay in Iraq. Hey, we got to watch our hemisphere in Venezuela. Not a peep from them. This is the crap in the toilet paper record. Step forward for de Blasio is followed by misstep. Who gives a shit what this de Blasio steps? All he does is step in shit because that's all that pours out of his mouth. Don't believe me? The lowest poll rating of any mayor in New York since they began taking polls. But this is who they feature. A nothing, and by the way, he used the Blasio, he has a different last name to get the Italian vote. Like his mother was Italian. So I think I'll change my name so I could get the stupid people to vote for me. Italian, I got son. Yeah, ratings for first night come close to a record. Julian Castro leapt a chance to shine, another one for the presidential reality show. So did Telemundo. Nothing about Tulsi Gabbard. Nothing. Not a peep from the mainstream media about Tulsi Gabbard, who, according to the polls done by Drudge Report, certainly not a left-wing organization, showed that Tulsi Gabbard was the clear-out winner, getting 38%. Don't even mention her. Maybe they can't pronounce their name, huh? Tulsi must be too hard for the prostitutes to spit out. Most searched Democratic candidate during the Miami debate. Number one, the first one, Tulsi Gabbard, Cory Booker, and Elizabeth Warren. And Tulsi Gabbard was way, way beyond any of them. And do you know why? Because it's these slimy little prostitutes that sold us every war that we've ever been in. Oh, you know what they have now? Embedded reporters. That's right. Prostitutes that get in bed and get it up to you-know-what to spit out the crap of hating other countries, killing innocent people, and stealing your money to do it, just like they're doing now, sending 22 Raptors to Qatar. Hey, what is it? We're doing it for free? You're paying for it. I'm paying for it. And we're paying for the death of innocent people. So anybody that supports it, you're a supporter and a contributor to crime. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's trends in the news.